Naira is not the highest currency. Pounds is not the highest currency. The highest currency is your time. And that's why every app is struggling for your time. I mean, why do you think that influencers are paid so much money? Like, let's literally think about it. Why influencers paid so much money? Because they are able to take hold of your time. So, you know how you spend 4 hours on TikTok and Instagram, and when you start reading your Bible, 30 minutes in, you doze off. This video is for you. Hello. So in this video, I'll be giving 4 steps on overcoming social media addiction. You can check the description for Timecodes. Why do people always go back to social media in the first place? It's simply just to have the dopamine effect. You know, you want to feel that temporary pleasure, you want to feel happy. It's just like someone who's into drugs and the person continually takes those drugs just to feel high or to feel happy all the time. But the thing is a never-ending cycle. It will never end because you will need more of it to stay happy. I remember when I was addicted to Twitter, and before I even do my quiet time in the morning, the first app I'm checking is Twitter. What's going on? You know, reading comments. I will laugh. When I'm done laughing, when I drop my phone, I become sad again. And in order to bring back that supposed joy, I would go back again to Twitter just to laugh again. But I noticed that, okay, this thing, it isn't the real thing. It's not the real joy, because if it's joy, nothing earthly should sponsor my joy. Nothing earthly should be the reason for my happiness. And why is it that when I drop this phone, I become sad again? So I had to acknowledge the fact that, okay, something is wrong. I need to look at what exactly is wrong and find a solution to it. So this brings me to the next step, which is asking God for help. The truth is, you can't help yourself or deliver yourself from social media addiction. It's beyond the physical. I can talk about that in another video. It's beyond the physical realm. So you can't help yourself. You will need a stronger force to assist you. And this is where the help of God comes in. You have to first of all acknowledge, which I said, realize. Then you ask God for help, that God, I know I'm struggling with social media addiction, and this thing is taking my time, my resources, and everything. So I need your help. You have to be totally honest to God. And when you begin to ask God for help, He begins to see through you. And trust me, He would give you a solution to the situation. It will definitely give you a solution. You coming sincerely to Him. People think that, okay, addiction only implies to maybe drugs or something. Even social media, in fact, it's a worse addiction, because apart from even the spiritual aspect of you not having time to spend with God, you not having time to read your Bible or pray, it deals with your health mentally, because you begin to see people doing things and you feel left out. Maybe you someone who used to be your classmate, and now the person on social media is now a big person, you know, doing great things, and it might just even be a camouflage, but you are not there to find out. You are not in that exact location to find out. What you can just see is what the person shows you. So, and the devil has been using this for a long time, making people even go as far as committing suicide just because they feel like other people are doing better than them. And it has birthed a lot of crimes, you know, people stealing, doing different things just to acquire wealth or just to acquire riches, because they've seen other people online doing the same thing. You see this perfect figure of a woman, they're like, okay, this is the shape a woman should have. She should have this hourglass shape. And they won't come to their own reality that, okay, this person might have this, but I don't have it, and it's totally fine. But because of what we tend to consume all the time on social media, seeing that perfect hourglass shape, we also want to be like that. And that is where the problem is. So you need to ask God for help, that, okay, God, I acknowledge fully that I am addicted to social media and I need your help, because you can't help yourself. And when you come humbly to God's presence, He begins to work in you. Those things that you once desired, those things that you once longed for, you begin to lose every desire for them. They make use of influencers just to promote their product. And because they know, oh, this particular influencer has a lot of following, and because of that, they begin to pay that person a lot of money because that person is keeping you hooked on his or her channel. That person is keeping you hooked on his or her page. That way, it begins to affect you. Why do you think that after scrolling on social media, even on your bed for 4 to 5 hours, you become tired all of a sudden and you're wondering that, oh, I didn't do any exercise today. I didn't even go out or step out of my room. So why am I feeling tired all of a sudden? It stresses your brain. And the more you go on social media, the more you're scrolling, the more it diminishes your capacity, your brain capacity. You get to think less. So the design of social media is to draw you farther away from God. And the truth is, God is ever speaking, but we hardly hear because we are far from Him. So God is always on His throne. God is always at a particular position. This is God. And He's always here. But we are the ones to draw close to Him. God might literally be shouting and telling you something, but because you are way afar off with the noise and all of that, you won't be able to hear God. So God is ever speaking. In fact, He wants to speak to you. But because there's so much noise around you, He is speaking and you can't hear. That is why we make a lot of mistakes. There are so many things that God will have told us that it will save us 10 years, it will save us 20 years, it will save us 5 years. But because we are so busy on our phones, we don't even meditate or try to listen. The next step is to go on a social media fast. For me, after speaking to God about it for a while, I was just directed by Him to go on a social media fast for 7 days, which I did. And after going on the 7 days Twitter fast, surprisingly, I could suddenly do without Twitter. And I know fully well that for that 7 days, it was just the help of God. I couldn't have done it by my own power. Like I was, up to now, I'm still shocked that, okay, me that used to go on Twitter every day, now I can go 2 days, 3 days, 4 days without even going on that app. And that's how God literally delivered me from Twitter. The last step is deleting that app for that certain period of time. So it's not enough to acknowledge, it's not enough to ask God for help, it is not enough to fast. You need to take actions. You literally need to take actions. What do? You simply delete the app. Now, it might be hard in the first few days not going on that app, but through the help of God, because you've asked God for help, He begins to work in you and He begins to help you. For my own, I don't know how God did it for that 7 days that I didn't even go on that app. It just had to be God. I was surprised that, wow, I could actually do this. Even up to now, I'm still shocked that I was able to overcome that addiction. I can go for days without going on Twitter. And I was like, this wasn't me before. So that can be you too, or that could be you too. If you can just sincerely acknowledge, then ask God for help, then go on the fast. And after going on the fast, delete any app associated to it that could make you go back, because that was what I exactly did. And that was how God delivered me from social media addiction. Yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button.